So even with all these resources, you haven't found anything on this Great Serpent. At least not anything significant. Well, no matter. I'm probably gonna follow a few leads on more Voidsend if I have the opportunity. And I'll stick with this group I am that researches primals. Maybe I'll get some more clues on that. Thanks for the help anyway. I really appreciate it. Hello everyone, I am the plane shifter, and he is Lahee Eshkree. Fading to the universe of Final Fantasy XIV. All right. Now, what is the plan today? We haven't been to Mordoon a lot, but the place is famous for having a lot of adventurers. Maybe I can pick some leads there. That should be interesting. Cloudy today. Say, you look familiar somehow. Have I seen you before? Legacy of Alag. An oddly garbed man visiting Revenant 2 has some information which might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Ah, unless I'm very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested Guardian Empire's general, are you not? Well, yep, that is me. The great Lahee Eshkree himself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate, but I but recently received a word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven words could take advantage. I'm listening. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life, but that with a little danger to a storied hero such as you. Knowledge from ancient civilizations, you say? Color me interested. A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense from my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historical discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. A man after my own heart, I guess. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Ambrose at Saint Cornac's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway of two untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Oh, Ambrose? I know him. Guess I can have a chit chat with him about this. Where have I seen this guy before? I don't have a confused emote. That's disappointing. Yeah. No point keeping worrying about that, I guess. How blue can a place be? There's a lot of crystal. Hey Ambrose, long time no see. Why, if it isn't Lahee Eshkree himself, I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? I heard about a stash of ancient knowledge. You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb? Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it, it's another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Tal Solemn House. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? If anything, it makes it more interesting. I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. No, the first... Lahee? I thought it was you. Who? Oh. I know he was on the story, I didn't remember he appeared so early. What brings you to St. Koinak? Don't tell me the Alliance has sent you to another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparent insuperable foe, yes? No? Yeah, no, I'm just here to learn a little bit more about whatever you're learning here. Ah, I see, you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition, and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? Glad to have you aboard, Lahee. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. That is a good place to begin as... Well, not really any. You don't want to begin at the middle or at the end, most of the time. The Sons of St. Koinak are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allagan Empire. In this present endeavor, aims to delve more deeply into the civilization mysteries than ever before. But I know that look, in the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute too much on the subject of Allagan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. Yeah, it was an Allagan contraption, wasn't it? That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught of Garlemald can presently achieve. Naruto Skyva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with notable Allagan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Does being an archaeologist involves blowing stuff up? Now, to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona, there stands an entire Allagan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the Lesser Moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling in the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground, but like so many other things that were left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancient wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and you cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues, carved into the likeliness of giant swordsmen. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy these statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if you are to gain access to the tower secrets, you must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Lahee, but I can think of no finer man for the task. Very well. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. This is getting more interesting by the minute. This is getting more interesting by the minute. If it's protected, it must be interesting. Gear is in good shape. I guess there is really no preparations I actually need to do. I am ready. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by a powerful defense mechanism, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, and earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Martyr's Garlong analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the best men in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the beast tribe in strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have to focus on obtaining 2 of our 4 crystals we require. Pray, make for Lanosia, where both the Subs spawning grounds and Ugamaro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastman's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave it to your discretion. But however you do, please be careful. Roger that. Let's do the first step on the being careful part of the deal. Okay. So, Ugamaro and Sapsa. Titan. Time to find some art. Time to find some art crystals. Yes, I am all that. Invited a trespasser. whatever you wanna call me. Okay. Chusapsa. I don't think I've spent much time here. And let's keep it that way. Oh, hello. This unblemished earth crystal is the main component used in the ritual the kobolds perform to summon Titan. This unblemished water crystal is the main component used in the ritual the Sahagin perform to summon Leviathan. Rock and water. Hello, I hope it's perfect enough. How progress your efforts of infiltrating the Beastman's strongholds? I had so much trouble. I have no idea how to tell you how much not trouble I had. So these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Lahee. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The farm lies in Zarak, the war camp of the Almauja and Tanalan, and the latter in Natalan, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Cortes. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. If I get a run into Garuda, it will be really resounding. That's not even funny. Let's go. So, are the Exile actually going to put up a fight? God. And the answer is no. Are the Amauja going to put up a fight? Oh, there's this browsing Zorak. I do. What do you want? Stop bothering me. Thank you. No fight was had on this day. The unblemished fire crystal this unblemished fire crystal is the main component used in the ritual the Amauja performed to summon Ifrit. This unblemished wind crystal is the main component in the ritual the Ixel performed to summon Garuda. You could tell. You could save me a few time and just had me go after the 4 crystals in one go. Crystal delivery. Lahee, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystal from the Beastman? Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there's another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring 10 will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. Well, what are those materials? Well, at least we can get an elegant silver piece because they don't need this material. If the flawless creatures you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally expected varieties. Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it's not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Ul'dah seems the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guild master, however, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available, though I requested that the word be sent as soon as new stock came in. I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man. But I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that our secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That's why I wish to entrust you with a payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In an event, it is my hope that when next we meet, we'll have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we required. Well, very well, I can do that. To Ul'dah. It's a very strange place that I teleported into. Ah, Master Eshkree, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? This heft sack of gil has been promised to the Goldsmiths Guild in exchange for any available ether sand. He came in the name of the Saint Koinak. They need ether sand. I believe they placed an order. You're here on behalf of the Sons of Saint Koinak? What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Ambrose with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before you can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jamin over the... do I beg your pardon? It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you would like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying that it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. Suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or two. Hey Biggs, what gives? Lahee, it's been too long. What brings you here then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Ether sand. Well now, that's quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gills clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no. You're here for the blooming ether sand, aren't you? As I said. It's for the sons of Saint Kynec. Well, I can't deny the elegant civilization is a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think much else, see? Well, I say tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you used that a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all four varieties of ether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lad. How you're meant to use your in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, huh? While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassionate speech, that compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Alright, this batch is yours. I'll let you have it, but if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day that you get the chance to experiment with wonders of the ancients. With luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or two. Don't you work for sand? Could ask him. I mean, I am not in charge. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other three varieties of elemental expected ether sand as well, right? That's true. Then, rather than sitting on our rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Tunnelan who, very occasionally, handles the earth-expected variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Since he's being inspired by a certain adventurer, here's a rock example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Tunnel without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Aye. Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Alright. If you're meant to go looking for it, then you best catch up with Wedge over Blue Fog. As for me, I plan to set out for Mordona just as soon as I finish it, locking up the workshop. Alright. northern tunnel. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, 'tis stirring epic, but as you asked, my employer, a Lalafelling lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it is called, but it is apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, he crept into the bandits' stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separating from my employers in the confusion, and we've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. It is just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Almagina mithril mine. But I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. Bloody useless. Weren't you paid to protect him? If he's still alive, your Lalafelling friend will probably be hiding somewhere inside the abandoned Almagina mithril mine where the bandits make their lair. You'll not catch me going anywhere near the place though. I barely escaped with my life as it was. Talk about how hard it is to find good help. At least when I'm trying to find good help, I look at the mirror and I find myself. Hey, Wedge. How could I be so stupid and sneaking into a bandit's lair? It's just not the sort of thing I do. And now I'm going to die for it. No. I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry, please don't kill me, I promise I will leave well now and I'll never come back. Hi. Lahee? Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Something like that. I actually ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen Eorzea, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail on it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my oh dear. I must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. I'm gonna search for it, just hold tight. You'll find the ether sand in my stead? Indeed. Oh, thank the gods, you're a true friend, Lahee. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Where did you... Lost it. The ether sand must have slipped out of my pocket where I was busy evading bandits. I'm sure it's somewhere around here. Okay. Well, not much of a lead, but... Is it it? Looks like it. Fire-kissed ether sand. These grains of sand were refined from a fire-kissed ore of incredible rarity and hardness. These grains of sand were refined from an earth-graded ore of incredible rarity and hardness. What's going on? Can't stop panicking now. Lahee, have you had any luck locating the ether sand? Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect the ether sand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible advantages of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problems can't be solved by... any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the shift's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with the ether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Lahee. My pockets is... Yeah, alright. Let's pretend we were never here. Hello. Ah, Lahee, you've returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring some ether sand? Tell me, which variety did you find? Well, I found some of the stuff, and some of the things. It's fire and earth. I see, 2 varieties. Well, that's 2 more than could reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the seven hells did you find them? Stick me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust in the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. Well, one was on the guild, and the other was with Wedge. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Trusting to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turned my back. How is a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And how they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It will be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the two remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Ambrose, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less enthusiastic about that prospect. If there is a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first, let us savor the preliminary victory that Lahee has won for her cause, if only for a moment. Ah, my nose is stuffy. Just a second. Otherwise, how are you gonna do the Lahee's voice? Okay. Now to wait for the discongestion to happen. Alright. Where did Sid go? Over there. Technology should never be allowed to imprison people. That's a hard lesson I learned from watching Gaius and my father. The secrets of the Crystal Tower are as dangerous as... If the secrets of the Crystal Tower are as dangerous as we expect, then I mean to keep them under lock and key. The terrible mistakes of history need to not be repeated. Wait, aren't they already under lock and key? Aren't you unlocking them? Seems counterproductive. But I'm not gonna complain. I want to know what is in there. A performance for the ages. Ambrose wishes to discuss the procurement of the outstanding varieties of ether sand. Ah, yes. I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the two remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania, and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have the time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsemontre, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he. Have you tried Ulda? It's literally the seat of merchants. Anyway. Hello? Yes? I'm sorry, did you say you want to purchase ether sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Yes, I do. Why, I have not seen much as a grain of ether sand in this market for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water-aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. Well, call me a fool, I'm just not desperate yet. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That's where the ore can be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Betusked nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Art's Gift. Huh. You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You find no trace of the ore which you but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Who? Where? How? Where are you? No, you never spy me from there. For the time being at least, you have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-based mineral you hoped to find is gone. Taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of water sand with you. The wind-touched variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention? Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps the quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventure, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. That is to be a race. The Ixal logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be your destinations. And that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Who are you? Where are you? What the heck are you doing? I guess first come, first served, but yeah, whatever. Well, June, I hope you can teleport. And fly. Let's proceed with caution. Let's throw caution to the wind. Is this the stuff? It is the stuff. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of Eorzea slipped in my mind. What is this? I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it's crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. What is this nonsense? Who are you and why are you doing this? Have I run into the guild master of the Arcanist Guild again? Okay. It must be it. This is too suspicious to be anything else. Well, it is. Now that not what you were expecting, I took the liberty of refining the ore from Art's gift into Eorzea to keep it safe, adventurer. At least you work fast, Mr. Voice. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it's made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it's my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. No, okay, that was weird. Well, I got what I needed. Let me get away from this weirdo's presence. These grains of sand were refined from a wind-touched ore with incredible rarity and hardness. These grains of sand were refined from a water-blessed ore of incredible rarity and hardness. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? Well, we are this close. You've brought both? I shall have Master Gun and begin work on the crystals immediately. There, that should do the trick. Excellent work. Now we possess all 4 of the things required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Lahee here is the one who you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there is nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allegan's front door. Nice. You can't go without us, Chief. Oh, I was wondering where you two were. Big Swedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get a chance to study the wonders of the Allegan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged into the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Reg, do you rank all our company's creed? Yes, Chef. It's freedom through technology. Exactly, freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilizations and have them near damned ours. Twice. That's why we must explore the Crystal Tower and, if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding will such as yours that have defined the course of history. So you are the face to the voice. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so whole preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress on her preservation? Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the Ether's End? I tasked the passing adventure with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Nice landing. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Garahatia, one of the students of Baldesion. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Garahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. Well, it's a lot less weird when I know who I'm talking to. So then, our fellowship is complete, and now I stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah! No what? Noah? That's the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our different backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of Saint Koina, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical. And so it does, technically. But the true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allagan Archimagus. An Archimagus? I like the sound of that. Very well, now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Let's face death. Ready! Wait. I can do small talk because you have a quest. Ah, there are the others. The elegant civilization thrived within the borders of the vast empire, producing marvels the likes of which this world has never seen again. It is said that its technology was so advanced that the magitech of Garlemald appears crude and shield-like in comparison. When I first laid eyes on the Crystal Tower, I finally realized the truth of the claim. You just leave the business of sorting out the aftermath to us. Focus on clearing out the nasties, and we will move in to survey what's left. Technology should never be allowed to imprison people. That's a hard lesson. Okay. Garahatia is eager to begin the expedition to the Crystal Tower. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Gentlemen, the secrets of Ancient Allag beckon. Let's not keep things waiting any longer, adventurer. You and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Ambrose, meanwhile, will remain here to and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allagan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large, lopsided gate found out to the southeast. Very well. We have studied the legacy of the Allagan Spire for long years. Now that this expedition is at last underway, the very core of my historical infatuation lies within my grasp. It falls to us, the Fellowship of Noah, to crack open the tomb of a fallen civilization and bring the wealth of its history out of the shadows and into the light. Okay. Except some people would rather keep it in the dark. I guess if it's dangerous, I cannot really disagree. But it's Allag. What about Allag is not dangerous? I do want to know what is inside. The crystal tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. So these are the guardians. And they keep a force field active. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us, it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. The sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower inner reaches. What a waste of an arrow. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Jeff, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life in testing one? Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work. Well, that's one way to open a gate. Success! I for one am convinced, friends. Ready your fangs! This last one is yours, old friend. It seems only right. It took me a few hours getting all the materials to get this ready, plus the work of Sid. And we use each one of them for less than a second. Kinda ironic. But they did what they're meant to. Haha, we did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Lahee and a hand-picked party of his adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us in the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Lahee here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it's not as if we shall be idle in his absence. While Lahee and his companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Garhavtia. Bah, do you ever tire of being right, old man? Lahee, as it seems I won't be accompanying you. Allow me at least to provide some instructions. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell, and we shall join you post-haste. No matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer if any relics you encounter remain intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Lahee. Alright. It's time for me to do what I do best. Break stuff. Labyrinth of the Ancients now accessible. Okay. An alliance raid, a 24-man raid. My goodness. With the help of Sidney and Garland, members of the expedition to the Crystal Tower have successfully penetrated the defenses of the 8 Sentinels. The ancient elegant structure is not so easily entered, however, and the Labyrinth of the Ancients now awaits the fellowship of Noah as they seek the ultimate prize. 3 parts of 1 tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS. Well, average time more than 30 minutes. Am I surprised? Kinda, actually. Let's hope people are doing roulette, because I need them. Why does it need to be foggy now? Holy crap, there is someone else queuing this directly? Huh. Convenient. Our handiwork. We broke the statues. Oh yeah, let me put this on. And let's do what we usually do. Fate. Oh wow, not a single fate in the map. Really? Oh, there's a lot. Ooh. I might actually leave these for when I get another job. Yeah, it unlocks corn. Halatali. Copperbell mines. Hard. Cool, cool, cool. There are so many things here. The manor hard. Forgot what this one is. I hate this one. Hey Alice, do you know any? Group of adventurers, simply to die for. Level 1. Maybe we can do this while we wait. I think it unlocks dying clothes or something. Alice would ask you to speak with a troubled patron. Oh well, if it isn't Lahee, just the adventurer I was hoping to see. Do you know of the blacksmith Agnolf? He is quite an accomplished craftsman. In fact, anyone who had dealings with Rowena is sure to have come across his creations. It's always been a pleasure to have him as a regular here at the 7th Heaven, but he's been quite irritable of late and practically drowning in his cups. Besides, I fear his recent workers, perhaps like Taraf, may have something to do with it. This may seem trifling matter to someone as traveled as yourself, but it would mean so much to me if you would speak to him. I can think of no one better to offer him a word or three of encouragement. Speak with Agnolf. Okay. It's right here in Heaven and Stone. Hello. Can't you see I'm thinking, lad? Off with it, Alice sent you, did she? And I suppose she just happened to mention me contract with Rowena, yeah? Yeah. I thought she'd be satisfied with me vintage gear. There was a time that practically flew off the shelves, bringing in ventures with tombstones by the bucket, but now? You damn diviners are a fickle lot, and apparently none of you will be cocked dead in me stuff no more. Now I've got Rowena jumping down my throat, clamoring for something new. So material might hurt to foreseen. The woman expects you bloody much, I tell you. Yeah, but if I don't fill me contract, you have me tugs fitting me fit for lead boats. From like piece out not bright ideas ish down like I did me ale. Oh there horse bits, I know you from somewhere. You're one of the adventurers that started the bloody relic armor movement way back when. Ain't he? As I live and breathe. No, I'm not. Tried as I might, and holy hells, did I try? I wasn't quite able to recreate 10 masterworks. There was somewhat about 10, a certain quality, even the great Agnolf weren't going to match, I suppose. I suppose one never truly can rival the classics, huh? Alice, yeah, slide through. That's why you sent this one. You wanted him to remind me of the old days when armorcraft was about the armor. Now tell us. Somewhere along the way, I reckon I got caught up in the hurly-burly and lost me way. You know, I reckon it's high time I got back to basics. Focus more on who will be wearing my gear than the pretty tail on that Micote selling me the parts. Might be then I can come up with some that'll satisfy old Rowena. Cheers, lad. Just kind of you to stop by. And while you're here, how about I fix it up with your own set of relic gear? Mine assistant Kakalan here can augment each and every piece. Of course, that's assuming I can bring him the proper parts. I ain't running a charity, don't go forgetting your gear neither. I mean not to do it Kakalan after obtaining the appropriate augmentation item. Artifact armor. Which unlike the regular relic armor can be dyed. Okay. Oh, I need to select. Not sure if I'm gonna collect old gear. Probably not. When a marble begins to bud, it can only mean one thing: more marbles. The realm does not need any more marbles. Agreed. Oh. No, no, okay. I think I'm having the Monday problems. Classic. Someone must have been waiting for a while. And now, one more. Come on. Really? Really? Will it go this time? There we are. Crystal Tower, Labyrinth of the Ancients. As I expected, the Crystal Tower with 24 players pops better than the Hildebrand stuff. Alright, there's a lot of people. This should be a breeze. This place is filled with void scent. Huh. Intriguing. And a dragon. An undead dragon? I have no idea what's the logic behind this boss. I know we need to kill skeletons. Oh. Oh, come on. Territory Mono Alliance C. Don't have anybody to peloton us. Oh my gosh, double double astrologian. That's annoying. You cannot double the card buffs. So the thing about this fight that I hate with a passion is that 4 people need to stay in this pad. This will unlock that one over there. The blue one will unlock ours. And the yellow will unlock that one. If any of us step out. And now purple is cannot attack. Okay. Stay here, sir. There we go. We killed that thing. Ours gone. Purple defeated theirs. Okay. This fight is always has someone that steps out of the platforms. It's kind of annoying. That is a lot of void scent. Ah, this guy. So the gimmick of this guy is that only one alliance can attack them, and it's the ones that were tethered. Like if I attack this guy, you're vulnerable, see? But the transparent people, they are the ones that can attack, and we will take care of the ads. Okay, now it's changing to Alliance B to fight the boss. Alliance C hardly ever gets a chance. There you go, boss defeated. We have Potty Mouth on our team. Ooh, we have a gnome. Why aren't you with your cat girls? There's a troll ledge there. I hope they never get rid of that troll ledge. Yeah. Hot and comfy. I like it. So the gimmick here is that we need to defeat these 3 demons before we can attack the bomb at the center, and this napalm needs to go down quick because they can feed the bomb there. I never see what happens if the bomb gets too big. Okay, now we kill the bomb. Another summoner. Okay, the bombs are dead. We need to stay behind these rocks. for that reason. Okay, the Colossus can blow up, can slice the rocks. We'll let the tanks do it then. And behind the rock. Are they already fighting? No, here I am. Okay. You're ready. Okay, the gimmick of this boss is that well, there's not much gimmicks on this boss, but if he walks back to the center, we run back to the places where I was standing. We are in a good place. And now we are after the barrier because things are gonna explode. That's an insta-kill if you're caught in that explosion. I'm caught in the explosion, I ran the wrong way. Oops. You called that a labyrinth? Achievement unlocked. Greed. I think I'm gonna pass on the crafting materials. Come on, guys, roll the loot. I don't have all night. How long? 11 seconds. That's fine. That's not fine. Okay. Classic. Oh there, Lahee. Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. Me and other 23 people, right? The scale of the structures defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings in the from my Baldesian colleagues, the crystal tower was connected. Oh crap! According to the findings of my Baldesian colleagues, the crystal towers was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun. A characteristically ambitious undertaking. So it was a solar panel. Now, what of the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expressions, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. It took a lot of people. And a lot of effort. A giant man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon. Not Acheron. Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you glean that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient text claims that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegan's extraordinary technology. Schiff, you need to see this. Well, well, there it is, the foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? I can tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not been beaten apart through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Connect's Find for the present and there plan our next step, lest there be any doubt our expedition has some way to go yet. Alright. Time to plan a bit more. So good of you to join us, Lahee. Our meeting would be due indeed without a full account of your experiences in the Labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. How are things going, guys? The elegant civilization thrived within the borders of a vast empire, producing marvels the likes of which this world has never seen again. Okay, it's the same thing. It just... For prosperity, Grahatia readies to address the assembled Fellowship of Noah. The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it's time this assembly was called to order. Ambrose will be presiding over the meeting, if you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. We have studied the legacy of the Allegan Empire for long years. Now that this expedition is at last underway, the very core of my historical infatuation lies within my grasp. It falls to us, the Fellowship of Noah, to crack open the tomb of a fallen civilization and bring the wealth of its history out of the shadows and into the light. I very much look forward to it. Well, I'm ready. Welcome back, Lahee. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and began compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. Alright. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Towers, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Lahee's account, the labyrinth defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, his report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by elegant technology. Not to talk about the Void Scent. In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above the ground by chaotic shifting of earth, it was somehow being reawoken. If as seems increasingly likely the tower's secrets would prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done, if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses has been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It is like you said, Chief. We founded the ironworks to make sure that the technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness the valiant tale unfold with my own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You do not think so of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. His face is grey. Pray do not mistake my intent, Lahee. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit for our subsequent forays. If our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet calced more than the briefest glimpse of what which might be of what that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Elegant Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembling to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. Such a terrible mess, yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So, this is the legacy of the Allagan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy sources waiting atop the tower is a match for even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match. Hehehehe, a new toy for me to play with. I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem they had a greater destiny in mind for me. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Sid, to not disappointing me. Talk about wrong hands. And we open the gate. And that would be the point where you would need to wait a few months for like a couple more patches before we can continue the adventure. Except that the patches already came and we can continue right now. I should not be there. Which we will not do, because yeah, I'm gonna end it a little earlier. It's not a problem. Okay. It is my most fervent belief that the Fellowship of Noah will, piece by piece, lay bare the secrets of ancient Alex's story, but the doing of it will require all of our skill and more. Mayhap I can convince Master Garland to allow me to accompany you, that I might see some of those horrific guardians in the flesh. I am quite proficient with the bow, you know. You did kill that boar. Those guys are talking the same stuff. Alright. Since you have some time, I think I'm gonna run a roulette. To get some seals. Seven minutes? Okay. But yeah. Basically, the storyline is gone for today. It's done for today. We'll be back with more Crystal Tower next Wednesday at 8 PM Gemtilla 3. And more Planet Crafters next Sunday at 7 PM Gemtilla 3. But yeah, this is Oh, this is number 12. Alright, yeah. Okay, let's get that one. Oh. What happened to my carbon core? Oh, I died in the crystal tower. I forgot about that. There really is not much to comment now. But I do want those seals. Alright, Seasoned Adventurer. I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually help you. Because, yeah, I won't. Tank. Tank. There we go. Dismal Darkhold. Okay. Lala Lemon Chops. Billy Gray. Go. Inflict. Okay. I don't need to worry about that. It has an AoE. It's the ones without AoE you need to worry about. Hey, why are you attacking me? Go attack the tank. Oh crap. I should have casted. Oh no! Stop interrupting me! You are better off all away from those crystals. Come on. That was some synchronized Ifrit summoning there. Okay. I probably need to clean my armory chest at some point. Oh, he's collecting them all. I'm gonna sing Garuda. Why are you all the way over there? I mean, you know, there is another one there. We should stick together. Alright, and now for the finale. Oh no. We have a bit of a situation that needs cleaning. Okay. Okay, the next one is that one. There we go. I was very well positioned. And so was everyone else. Didn't even remember about it. And now, this... I'm flying. What was I doing? This is gonna be it for today. If you've been watching me on Twitch, I do have a YouTube channel with the VODs. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a Twitch channel where you can catch me live. I'm gonna sit here with Alice. Not of the brainwing persuasion, but still. And I gotta say thank you guys so much for watching. I am the plane shifter. He's Lahee Eshkree, and I am phasing out. Bye.